Welcome to Festing with Andrew. Today we're going to talk about the history of modern music festivals. Music festivals are a great way to spend a day, dancing in the sunshine with old and new friends and a few thousand other people. Sometimes you listen to your favorite artists, other times you see bands that are new to you. How did such modern great experience begin? Outdoor music performances go back thousands of years. But how did we get to the festivals that we know today? The Newport Jazz Festival in 1958 included Chuck Berry's rock and roll. The Monterey Pop Festival took place in 1967 in Monterey, California, and attracted 25,000 people, with artists including Janis Joplin and The Who. In 1970, Isle of Wight Festival took place in UK. Festivals started to grow but really took off with the grandfather of all festivals, Woodstock. Woodstock took place on August 15th, 1969, on a dairy farm outside of Woodstock, New York. The festival included artists The Grateful Dead, Jefferson Airplane, The Who, Janis Joplin, Santana, Jimi Hendrix Experience, and many more. At Woodstock, we get Jimi Hendrix's version of the Star Spangled Banner. My favorite festival began the very next year, New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival in 1970, commonly referred to as Jazz Fest. The first artists included Duke Ellington, New Orleans Pete Fountain, and New Orleans native Mahalia Jackson. Other artists included Elton John, Bruce Springsteen. Jazz Fest usually closed with the Neville Brothers, but now closes with Trombone Shorty. I attended my first Jazz Fest when I was only a few months old, and I go back nearly every year. One of my personal favorites, Jimmy Buffett's first performance there in 1989, and has played nearly every year with his Coral Reef Band until his death in 2023. Festivals continue to develop and grow over several decades, some more notable. The Astrodome Jazz Festival in 1973 took place in Houston, Texas, featured iconic jazz and soul artists including Ella Fitzgerald, Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin, and Ray Charles. These festival tickets prices range from $5.50 to $10. There are only two Astrodome Jazz Festivals. Rock in Rio was the first multi-day concert in Rio de Janeiro, lasting 10 days. More than 1 million people attended. Headlining acts included Iron Maiden, Queen, Ozzy Osbourne, Rod Stewart, and James Taylor. Farm Aid 1985. The Farm Aid Festival was created to raise money for American farmers and their families. The event was put together in 6 weeks and was held in Champaign, Illinois. Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, Billy Joel, Tom Petty, and Loretta Lynn performed for a crowd of 80,000 people. The concert raised over $7 million. Live Aid was a multi-venue benefit concert held on July 13, 1985 at Wembley Stadium in London and at John F. Kennedy Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 72,000 attended in London and 89,484 attended in Philadelphia. Performances in London included David Bowie, Elton John, and Paul McCartney and Queen. Performances in Philadelphia included Duran Duran, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and Madonna. Live Aid raised over $140 million and 114 million pounds. 1991, Lollapalooza, Perry Farrell founded and traveled the festival as a farewell tour for his band Jan's Addiction. Other acts included Nine Inch Nails, Living Colours, and Ice-T. Since 2005, the event has been exclusively held at Grand Park in Chicago. Voodoo Fest 1999. It was first held as a single-day event on October 3rd, 1999 at Tad Gormley Stadium in City Park in New Orleans. More than 1 million festival goers gathered to see performances from about 2,000 artists. The Roots, Train, Dr. John Tribute Set, and Bag of Donuts were a few of the artists that performed. 2000's Detroit Electronic Music Festival. The year 2000 was the first year Detroit's Electronic Festival. Detroit is known as the birthplace of electronic music. Over 1 million people attended the festival. Stacy Pullman, Kevin Sudonson, and Derek May were a few of the artists to perform. 2002 Austin City Limits. It debuted its year. Austin City Limits featured 67 artists that stayed within the music roots of blues, grass, and country. Performers included Ryan Adams, Cross Canadian Ragweed, G Love, and Special Sauce. The success of the 2002 event ensured there would be another event in 2003. 2002's Bonnaroo, the 2002 Bonnaroo concert was held at Gate State Park in Manchester, Tennessee. It was the first Bonnaroo concert and drew a crowd of 70,000 people. Artists included Widespread Panic, Jack Johnson, Ben Harper, and the Disco Biscuits. 2004 Coachella Music Festival was held at Empire Polo Field in Indo, California. Radiohead and The Cruel headlined the Musically Festival. This was the first time ever that a music festival has completely sold out. Co-founder of the festival, Paul Tollett, turned down an opportunity to exceed the festival for a 3-day with David Bowie as the closing act. It is clear the large music festivals are here to stay and continue growing. Join me in New Orleans any day from April 25th to May 5th. Don't forget a hat.